Welcome to Business Chats with Debbie, where we talk big stories with small businesses. I'm your host, Debbie Warburton, and today I'm joined by the lovely Mike B from Big Box Advertising.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you very much. So we're going to talk about advertising today.
I know, exciting.
Yeah, well, I don't like using the C word, but during COVID,
Yes.
everyone went, I can't afford to spend any money on advertising. And your message all the way through that was, you need to keep your business out there. You need to keep advertising. If anything you spend your money on, spend it on advertising. Keep your business out there, because if you don't, people forget, and then you've got to start all over again.
Exactly. And we did a talk actually at the time over Zoom and stuff during COVID, which was titled "When Times Are Good, You Should Advertise. When Times Are Bad, You Must Advertise." And recently, actually, I've redone it. So I delivered it down at Heartlands recently with a day which was Power Up Your Sales with Saffron Academy.
Yeah.
And I went back over all that research that I did and the stats that kind of backed up the reasons why you should advertise.
Yeah.
And I looked at companies that during COVID did that versus companies that didn't, and kind of where they are now and what's going on. And yeah, it proved it. The companies that did do more during COVID have actually come out the other side.
I actually heard of one accountant who actually furloughed himself.
Really?
Yeah, as soon as COVID hit, he furloughed himself. I was like, of all the people who people need during COVID, it's your accountant.
But exactly. And accountants were, you guys, I know, were so busy during COVID.
Oh, furlough claims.
Furlough claims, yeah. And but you helped a lot of businesses, and I don't think businesses have forgotten that. But it's the same, with the advertising side of it. We've had a load of clients that have stayed with us ever since COVID,
Yeah.
which we've been really honoured, and obviously new ones that have come on board as a result of some of the work that we've done. So yeah.
So what sort of advertising do you? Because I know there's advertising all over the place. What sort of advertising do you specialise in?
So we're mainly out of home advertising. So that, in English, is billboard advertising.
Yeah.
So that's the really large 6 metre by 3 metre billboards that you see sometimes near train stations. So for those watching that may know Cornwall well, we've got the billboards opposite Truro railway station.
Yeah, I've been on that.
But we've also got 12 other sites across the whole of the southwest. So we cover like Helston, Truro, St Austell, Plymouth, Bristol, Portishead, those kind of areas. And yeah, we've got a very loyal customer base that advertise with us every year. So yeah, it's really
and
lovely.
We'll call hospital as well.
Yes, yeah, we do.
We've got the electrical boards in
Yeah,
there.
the digital signage in there. Yeah, we've had that contract for quite a few years now, actually, with the Royal Cornwall Hospitals Trust. And the purpose of it, actually, it's a double-sided thing. So it's not just there for businesses to advertise on. The trust themselves wanted a solution that allowed them, and this is pre-COVID as well, so that they wanted a solution that allowed them to communicate with patients and staff more effectively in a kind of real-time way. Because before it was all kind of cork boards if they wanted to talk to people. By us putting a solution there, they could like drag and drop things, remotely onto the screen, and tell people, if things are about to come up, or inform people about certain things that happen in certain departments. So we gave them that solution for free and said, look, we'll pay for it. We'll install it. Don't pass a penny, because let's face it, the NHS needs money at the moment. And we'll pay for it through the sale of advertising to local businesses that are appropriate to put in a health environment. Obviously, not all businesses are appropriate in a health environment, so we're quite careful about who we work with. But it's a really, good solution.
Yeah. And then, was it a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago? Before?
Yeah.
Was it after COVID or before COVID?
It was as COVID hit.
That you branched out into the creative design side of things as well.
That was exciting times. But you say people look at us and think that's crap. Why did you launch a new company or a new part of the business just as COVID hit? It couldn't have been better, because our creative director Alec, who we're all school friends in our company, so it's a bit weird. You always say don't work with your friends, but it does actually work.
Sometimes
with
it
us.
makes that really well.
It does, yeah. So Spencer, Alec, and I all went to school together. And when COVID hit, he was furloughed from his job in London. Perfect timing, because he could legitimately and legally go and work for somebody else. Yeah. And we were sitting there thinking, this is brilliant. We're getting 80% of his wages covered while we launched this new company. So, we thought to ourselves, we might get the odd client here and there. We'll push it really hard, but it's COVID. What's exactly realistically going to happen? But we were kind of quite overwhelmed by the amount of clients that came on board that really needed our help, because we talk a lot at Big Box about the importance of making a really good first impression. And people judge your graphic design just as much as they judge you when you walk into a room and how you make eye contact with people. So if you walk in, shake people's hands, smile, really work the room and get people to like you.
Yeah.
But then you hand them a business card that you designed on Microsoft Word, with Comic Sans. Sorry, Comic Sans, but but Comic Sans on it with terrible pixelated picture. People are going to go, oh, that
your
company's
credibility's just gone poof.
And that's it. And that's why we believe it's just as important to have your marketing materials.
Sometimes people don't even see you. It's the marketing material they see first.
Exactly.
And that's the marketing material that's like, oh, hang on a minute, I need to speak to this person. And if it's not right.
Exactly. And that's the first impression we're talking about. And that's what we help businesses do is establish businesses that kind of maybe want to up their game and grow to the next level and win those bigger clients. We help them look the part. And very quickly, we realised because a lot of businesses during COVID were pivoting and maybe offering new services or finding new ways to offer existing services.
Because they couldn't do the bits they normally do. Yeah.
Exactly. They had to have the marketing materials to back that up. So, we very quickly managed to kind of fall into, really, in a way. We were pretty pleased about it, but we fell into a couple of really strange niches at kind of opposite ends of each other. So one particular area that we have a really good track record in delivering success in is working with companies that work on really large government infrastructure projects like the Houses of Parliament redevelopment, or HS2 or Hinkley Point. So we've even branded a nuclear company,
in Cornwall?
No, exactly, not in Cornwall.
No, I mean, you're in Cornwall.
Yeah, we're in Cornwall.
We're in Cornwall doing work outside of Cornwall.
Exactly,
and which is so important to the Cornwall economy, isn't it?
It's massive, and the work is there. And I think Cornwall has done a great job. And I was talking to Susie West about this from Creative UK the other day. Cornwall's done a really good job of making itself like a creative hub, especially with Falmouth University there. But I think way before Falmouth University existed, Cornwall's always been incredibly creative. There's been some really kind of diverse, I suppose, arts down here, whether that be artists or photographers, and a lot of the UK see us as that, and they're actively searching for companies in Cornwall to work with, in my opinion. And I don't think that's necessarily a pricing thing. I sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong,
it is,
but I do also think that we have a lot to offer down here. It's a great creative space. You've got that time to
and we're better to visit you than down in Cornwall.
I know, and it's beautiful, isn't it? I do have to,
especially on a day like this.
Exactly. Well, this is where Teams and Zooms come in, so that's been a good thing for us that we can work with anyone anywhere. So it's good fun.
Right, what's happening in June?
Next month.
Yeah, we've
got something quite exciting coming.
You nearly forgot then, didn't you?
I would have got crucified in my office if I got this. Well, I'll explain the reason behind. We've got a branding workshop that we're launching that we're going to be offering out to businesses to come and join us, because quite a lot of the time we find when we speak to clients locally or nationally that they don't understand the difference between branding, marketing, and graphic design.
Yeah.
A lot of people believe that branding
comes under advertising.
Yeah, but a lot of people believe that branding is simply just like a logo. And they'll say, oh, I need to get my branding done. And we're like, what do you mean by that? Because do you mean just your logo, or do you mean exactly everything? Do you mean your brand identity?
Your wording.
Your brand purpose. Do you have all of that in line? And it's more than just design. And a lot of the time, before we can do what we do on the design side of things and create effective marketing materials, we need to understand the reason for it.
It's a thought process all the way through to
exactly. And we want to try and educate people a little bit on the differences so that they can start thinking creatively about that. And it's not only helps them from their marketing point of view, from their branding point of view, from their graphic design point of view, it can also help their business grow. And that's what Big Box is all about, is helping businesses grow. So we're delivering a branding workshop which will kind of get people thinking, learn hopefully a little bit about their business that maybe they didn't think about before, their purpose behind why they started their business, and why it's important to carry that through everything you do. So we're going to be holding it on the 28th of June in collaboration with Saffron Academy at the Health and Wellbeing Innovation Centre. The Eventbrite link will be out hopefully this week or next, so I will share it with everybody. And we're hoping to get as many businesses as we can to come along. And it's only £15, but you're getting well over £1,000 worth of training.
Yeah.
So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's good fun. So thank you for letting me promote that.
I'm pushing you.
I need it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks, Debbie.
It's been lovely. I know we meet all the time through YP and everything
do.
else, but we've never actually sat down and had a chat.
It's lovely to. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And great show as well.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you, guys, and I will see you later on the next podcast. Bye-bye.